back to another episode of Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes. TikTok prankster gets jail time for stabbing strangers with needles for content. I shit you not, this is an actual thing. A French influencer has been sentenced to 12 months in prison after authorities arrested him for stabbing unsuspecting bystanders with empty needles as part of a prank for social media. 27-year-old French TikToker Amin Mojito is facing backlash and time behind bars for a prank he pulled on strangers in public back in June, in which he would stab them with empty needles. Victims of the prank were understandably horrified, thinking they could have contracted any manner of infection from the needles. Okay, of all of these so-called pranks that I have seen on the channel and covered, this right here has got to be one of the worst. Like, there's a difference between pulling an actual funny prank where everybody is laughing and doing shit like this. Like, there's nothing funny about stabbing complete strangers with needles all for clicks and attention on social media. And I don't think it can ever be overstated just how dangerous needles are, especially if these needles are not sanitized. The French court, however, found him guilty of violence with a weapon not resulting in work incapacity, sentencing him to 12 months in prison. However, 6 of those are suspended, meaning he may not have to serve them if he complies with certain conditions laid out by a judge. Okay, so you mean to tell me that this individual is only going to be serving 6 months in prison for doing this shit? What the fuck? Like, that is an absolute slap on the wrist in comparison to what he actually deserves. You want to talk about 6 months? Nah, fam, it should be a hell of a lot longer than that. The TikToker spoke about the situation in court, arguing that he was merely imitating similar pranks he'd see in Spain and Portugal without understanding the full scope of his actions. I had the very bad idea of doing these pranks by imitating what I saw on the internet in Spain and in Portugal. I didn't think it could hurt people. That was my mistake. I didn't think about others. I thought about myself, he said, as reported by French outlet Liberation. And you see, that right there was your biggest mistake out of all of this, was by not thinking. Did God forget to give you a brain or something? Like, you are in your late 20s. Don't even try to feign ignorance here, buddy.